Almost every leader in Nigeria came to power by accident. Bishop Matthew Kukah'S speaking. Is it true? Yes, during the era of military, you can say they come to power by accident. But what about civilian rules that we have since 1999? Did they get to power because they were not prepared, or they were overwhelmed with the situation on ground? Because there's nobody that's ruled this country, whether made as a military president or a civilian, that was not handling one responsibility or the other, based on experience and exposure, based on academic qualifications. But I think there's a fundamental issue with us as a nation, which honestly, maybe we have not been able to fathom what that problem is. Or maybe we have not thought it deep on how to go about solving Nigerian problems. Maybe we have been trying to copy foreign nations to apply what is applicable to them into our own system, and it's not working. Because I begin to imagine, yes, if you begin to mention them, let's even take from 1999. Obasanjo was former head of state. He was a retired general. Are you not saying that because he was unprepared, he could not handle the affair of this nation, or something fundamentally wrong? It's fundamentally wrong with the way we operate. Is this the kind of democracy that they are practicing in other climes that we are practicing in our nation, Nigeria? Where once people get to power, all they're after is to get rich, become richer than the former person there, accumulate riches for them and their families. Most of them get to power without their background. The moment they get in there, they become multi-millionaires overnight. Is it because of their own personal interest that is making the nation to suffer? There is no selfless leader that we can point to, whether at the state level or at the national level. Everybody is just after what I will grab, what my family will grab. In other climes, they think of tomorrow, they think of even decades, not even tomorrow. But in our country, we just think of tomorrow and that is it. People get into power, there is no economic planning, there is no development planning. Everything is just they do, okay, I'm spending 8 years, let me do. There has not been anybody since 1999. Any government that's coming, okay, there's a plan, maybe a rolling plan to get this done the next 10 years, 20 years. We all know that the maximum they can spend it 8 years. But have we seen any tangible plan on ground to develop the country, to move the nation forward with all the enormous resources? Just one major resource that we are using, we are not being able to manage it, which is oil. Petroleum, no refinery is working today. As a nation, as big as we are, oil-producing nation, we don't have a single refinery that is working under the control of the federal government. Tell me what will work. That is what is even bringing the money to the coffers of the federal government. But there's nothing on ground to say, okay, after these refineries that we have, there's also a number of years, they will obsolete. What is the on ground to get a better one? Nothing. And everybody is complaining. We keep on complaining. Well, let's hear what Bishop Kukah has to say. Bishop Matthew Kukah, the Catholic Archbishop of the Diocese of Sokoto, has characterized former President Muhammadu Buhari and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as part of Nigeria's circle of unintended leaders. He claimed that Nigeria's leadership issue has been exacerbated by the fact that many previous leaders entered office unprepared. He reported Kukah make this claim in Abuja when giving a keynote speech at the memorial of lecture of Amaka Ndoma Egba and commissioning of a new school. He emphasized that many Nigerian leaders came to power as a result of unforeseen events rather than well thought out plans or preparation. Kukah claimed that deep knowledge is necessary for effective governance. Yes, I agree with him, which is frequently lacking in Nigeria. That is why in agriculture we don't have a plan. In the oil sector we don't have a plan. Mining, no plan, nothing. We are just running, going around our educational system. We don't have any plan, tangible plan that we can say, yes, this will take us to the next 50 years. They clearly highlighted that Nigerian leadership faces significant obstacles despite democracy and voiced concern that the system is not producing the desired outcomes. He said, if we are to start from the beginning, you will find that almost every leader who came to power in Nigeria did so as a result of one accident or another. President Tinubu, who said he was prepared for the role, is struggling. We are still trying to get off the ground. He took over from Buhari, who had already given up. Buhari succeeded Jonathan, who thought he would retire after being deputy governor, but circumstances thrust him into power. Jonathan succeeded Yar'Adua, who had planned to return to teaching at Ahmadu Bello University after his governorship. Yar'Adua in turn succeeded Obasanjo, who was unexpectedly released from prison to become president. Obasanjo took over after Abacha, who was being positioned by 5 political parties to rule indefinitely until nature intervened. Abacha succeeded Shoneka, who was a business executive at UAC before being called to serve as head of state. We can go on and on, but the fundamental issue in governance is knowledge. Leaders need a deep understanding of their environment. Well, that is true. But for me, another angle to this is, they said a tree does not make a forest. If you look at it in a political sphere, we have the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. We always blame one part of the governance when things fail. How come we have not been able to galvanize the resources that we have, both human and natural resources that we have in this nation, to make our country better? Well, Kukah has raised a fundamental issue. Is it because our leaders, our presidents, our governors are not prepared? Because there is no one you can point to today that yes, this one is better. Is it because they are not prepared, they get there accidentally, or they rig their ways? Is that why we are having issues? Or there are other things that we need to know for our country to move forward? Kindly make your opinion known as you subscribe, like to this channel. Thank you.